Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. In just a few days, the New York Knicks are going to be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers for game one of the first round matchup. And this game one is actually going to be in Ohio, but we're going to be breaking down this series, and I think this is going to be an extremely fascinating matchup. I don't think there's a clear favorite in my opinion. I'd be really surprised if the Cleveland Cavaliers or New York Knicks win this in five. Obviously, being a New York Knicks fan, I hope the New York Knicks go on to win in five. But I wanted to start off by saying that don't expect just because the New York Knicks were able to take care of business up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the regular season that they're going to be able to take care of business when it comes to like 5 games in a first round matchup. You got to really take the playoffs into context. You have to really put into context. A couple of years ago, we beat the Atlanta Hawks in a season series. What happened in that? We lost in five. Obviously, we were a totally different team. We did not have an established point guard during the time. We had Alfred Payne, but during the second half of the season, when we acquired a Derrick Rose was pretty much getting starting minutes coming off the bench. You know, you take a look at the two position. Reggie Bullock, I really appreciated. He was awesome shooting the three ball in the second half of the season, brought that veteran leadership. He's been in the league for a good amount of years. He competes hard defensively, but literally there was matchups of Trae Young defending a Reggie Bullock when it came to the defense side of the basketball, and Reggie Bullock was on offense because he couldn't beat his man off the dribble. You do have more upside there, though, with Quentin Grimes offensively. When he's chased off the three-point line, he has the ability to drive to the basket, just needs to learn to be under control, and he has the ability to distribute the basketball, obviously compete very hard defensively, a better athlete than a Reggie Bullock, and he has the ability to shoot the three ball when he's getting consistent touches within the offense. We do have Mitchell Robinson around this time, more of a versatile defender than a Nerlens Noel, someone that can catch the ball more consistently. So, and you have RJ another year under his belt. That was year 2 RJ. This is year 4 RJ. You can't say he's regressed when it comes to a 3-point shot and defense. He was shooting 40% from 3 that season. He only shot 31% from 3 this season, but you could say there's kind of a more unpredictability to his game when he wants to bust it out. When it comes to the spin move department, you know, he's more efficient finishing at the basket, but I'm really interested to see what RJ we're going to get. I felt like he had more of a role that second year. Julius Randle was fantastic in the regular season, like especially the Hawks. I remember during his time, he had a career high of 44 points. Obviously, that career high changed to 57 up against the Timberwolves in that loss, even though he had an amazing performance. But you saw playoff time, they got in his head. It's really a mental game, the playoffs. You know, the game's going to slow down. Defensive assignments are going to be different. They're going to play you a lot different defensively. Julius Randle only went on to shoot 29% from the field in that series. He was absolutely atrocious, so the regular season really doesn't matter if you're not able to step up on the biggest stage. And we'll see if Julius Randle's able to step up on the biggest stage this time. So I think about it, the playoffs is a brand new season. You know, every team entering the playoffs, they're 0-0, 0-0. It's brand new season. You know, mentally, how are you going to step up? When the bright lights are on, can you step up at the highest level? You know, when it comes down to like a nail-biting game, you know, 1 minute left, tie game, or you're only up 2, are you going to be able to step up on defense? Are you going to be able to step up on offense? So I just wanted to bring that up, and obviously we had that awesome win the last time we played Cleveland. Jalen Brunson, 48 points. We had no Julius Randle, but they also had no Okoro. They also had no Jared Allen, 2 key starters there, especially on the defense side of the basketball. Lob threat of Jared Allen or Okoro, who can cut backdoor, start shooting the three ball a little better, really competes defensively. Like, this is going to be an extremely good matchup, and I'm really excited for it, especially when it comes to the size standpoint. But game one is going to be just so extremely important for the New York Knicks. You're on the road. You're kind of the underdog. Fourth seed Cleveland Cavaliers, 5th seed New York Knicks. Let me know down below in the comment section, who do you think is the true underdog in the series? Is it Donovan Mitchell, because he's probably going to make All-NBA first team, you know, 28 points per game. The efficiency's off the charts, 38% from 3. You know, from the eyeball test, like, he's most fun to watch, 71-point game. And you could say he's better than anyone on this team, like from a talent perspective. But playoff time, who's going to be the guy that steps up in crunch time? You know, Jalen Brunson, probably not a better regular season player than Donovan Mitchell, but he did prove that he can outplay Donovan Mitchell when Luka was out in that first round matchup. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Utah Jazz. Mitchell still got his numbers, but he wasn't as efficient. Brunson played at an all-time high level, but obviously the personnel of the Mavericks are a lot different when it came to the size, the switchability, as this team really competes hard defensively, but we have less size compared to that Mavericks team, so we do have to put everything into context. So I think that's going to be an extremely great matchup. But game one, if we find a way to win that game on the road with the momentum, the Cleveland Cavaliers are a very successful home team, and they're kind of lackluster on the road, even though playoffs, you know, mindset's totally different. You know, the mentality's totally different. You're playing like your life's on the line. If you're able to come out with a W, like on the road in Cleveland, that's just crazy. The confidence is going to be at an all-time high. And I feel like players are only going to play better because game one, if it's at Madison Square Garden, I feel like the other team's just going to they want to put on a show. It's the Garden. They want to really take it personal. So I kind of like that we're starting it off on the road. So there's obviously some pros and cons. Obviously, less fans are going to be at the game, but our fans travel very well. But what I really think about with the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they have Evan Mobley over there, they have Jared Allen, Mobley switchable defender. Jared Allen, he's one of the most disciplined shot blockers in the league. Could block with either hand. He's just a beast. He has the strength. He has the physicality. He has the ability to rebound the ball as well. He has that ability to be a double-double threat. Didn't average 10 rebounds per game, but he was damn near 10 rebounds. So you're going to have the size over there when it comes to Cleveland Cavaliers. And we're a team that likes to get into the paint. Julius Randle, we'll see if he comes back game one. Tom Thibodeau did say, he's feeling good, he's making progress. But he didn't want to answer for Randle. He didn't say he was going to play game one. He didn't say he was not going to play game one. But we know Randle likes to get into the paint. We know Jalen Brunson likes to get into the paint. RJ Barrett likes to get into the paint. Grimes' three-point shot is fallen. They could chase him off the three-point line. Grimes could dribble, penetrate, dump it off, or look to attack strong to the basket. Mitchell Robinson, he thrives in the dunker spot. But you have those twin towers over there, Mobley, who has the ability to defend the perimeter, defend the mid-range, and defend the interior, and then you have Jared Allen as well. So we're going to have to be unpredictable. I feel like that's one of the keys to win this series. You're going to have to be unpredictable when driving to the basket. You're going to have to throw up fakes. You're going to have to use hesitations. You're going to have to try to find ways to draw fouls. You're going to have to bust out the spin moves, RJ. You can't just be going up strong and just thinking that your willpower, your strength, you're a strong dude, but compared to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, totally different story. You're going to have to drive strong, use those up fakes, use that spin move like we've seen in those Lakers games or some games as well this season. We're going to need that unpredictable RJ. We're going to need those head fakes. We just can't be predictable as an offense because they're just going to throw it right in your face, and that's going to give them momentum, especially game one. You can't come out scared. You're going to have to come out attacking in a smart manner. And Randle, he's going to have to make key plays. If nothing's there at the rim, kick it out. You got to get Grimes involved in this game. You got to get Grimes, or throughout the series, you got to get Grimes involved. He is so important when it comes to floor spacing, because when he's knocking out his three, he is knocking out his three. He is fuego from beyond the arc. And then it forces the defense to chase him outside on the three-point line, but he has that quick first step. Can get to the basket, dump it off to a Mitch, kick it outside of the perimeter, or maybe even drive strong to the basket, because I do think he has to get to the free throw line more. He's a good shooter, just doesn't get to the free throw line a lot. But I do like the upside this time that we do have someone that if he's chased off the three-point line, he can drive. He's not a mid-range guy, but he has the ability to finish at the basket and finish with physicality. But Randle's going to have to make the right plays. I'm really interested to see how his IQ is going to be second time around in the playoffs. How many threes is he going to be taking? He attempted 8 threes per game this season. He has shown that he can knock them down. Have these games, he knocks down 5 threes, but he's not the most efficient three-point shooter. High volume, but under 35% from three. But I do like that we have Brunson that brings an unpredictability to the offense. The hesitations, the up and unders, the crossover. The footwork's off the charts. Unorthodox player. Post-up players that are taller than him, but that knocks down these difficult mid-range shots. He has the floater. He has the quickness. If he gets run off the three-point line, he can go to that mid-range. He can catch guys on his hip. He's just lethal. He finishes strong over taller guys. It's just insane. His ability to get to the free throw line. Shot extremely well from downtown, 41%. So I do think Brunson matches up very well up against any type of personnel because he's so unpredictable when it comes to the hesitations and because he's a 3-level scorer. But it's going to come down to, does he make the key passes? Does he find Grimes in a spot? How much movement is there going to be in this offense as well? I want to see Grimes cutting. I want to be unpredictable as an offense. Grimes is really good at relocating, and he knows how to cut on his own. But how are the design plays going to be? Are we going to be setting screens to free up a Quentin Grimes? Because I feel Grimes, just three-point shooting, it's just so important. Brunson can knock down the three. Grimes can knock down the three. Randle, like I said, is high volume, but not high percentage. Mitch doesn't shoot it. RJ's been atrocious, 31% from three. And going back to RJ real quick, I talked about the unpredictability at the rim, but they're probably going to be forcing him to shoot threes. They probably are because he's been so atrocious, 31%. Since especially that laceration on his finger when he got cut, I'm not saying that as an excuse because he'll have stretches that he shoots it very well and stretches he shoots it really bad. He's been an inconsistent three-point shooter throughout his career. It's unfortunate, but he's going to have to be decent from beyond the arc. He's going to have to bring it defensively. We're going to need year 2 RJ on defense. He's going to have to compete very hard, especially when you have Donovan Mitchell on the other end. But so three-point shooting, you got to get Grimes involved. You do. I know we have the bench production quickly that can shoot the three ball, but we still need that three-point shooting when it comes to the starting lineup. You look at the Cleveland Cavaliers on the other end there. Grimes is going to have to just try his ass off, but we're probably going to send help. We're probably going to send blitzes at times. And Grimes had some very good contest on Mitchell when he dropped 41 points against us. Mitchell's just that good of a scorer. He's a difficult shot maker. The elevation on his jumper. There's a reason he dropped 71 points in a combined victory up against Chicago. The athleticism, the dribble penetration, the mid-range, the three-point. But I'm really interested. Like, Josh Hart's probably going to come off the bench to defend him. But I like that we have more weapons, kind of. And more upside with our youth, or the players out there on the floor compared to a couple years ago. But Mitchell, is it going to be the approach that it's just like, we're going to defend Mitchell, try our best to defend him. We're going to try to make his life hell and make him uncomfortable. We're going to try to get in his head. We're going to try our best. But even if he gets the rim, like, he just opens up so much for the offense. But it's going to be like, try to make Mitchell beat us, and like, how's the supporting cast going to be? Are the Knicks going to be reliant? Are they going to rely on their supporting cast? And they're like, our supporting cast is better. If Randall's struggling, we have quickly coming off the bench. Maybe we're going to give Obi more minutes this time. If Randall's struggling, like, you got Brunson as well. The Cavs got some pieces as well, but it's just totally different playoff time, though. Like, Cedi Osman has the ability to shoot the three ball and get hot. He's up there quickly when it comes to top plus minus, like coming off the bench. He has the ability to shoot the ball. He has some length on him. He's a pretty strong dude. Danny Green closed out the season playing some games. Are they going to play Danny Green coming off the ACL injury he had in Philly in a game? He has the ability to shoot the three ball, experience with the Spurs, playoffs, Sixers. Like, he has experience. Solid defensive player. Maybe he's lost a step, though, because he's getting older, ACL injury. But he has the ability to shoot the ball. So are they going to play him for veteran leadership? Dean Wade, I'm interested to see what his minutes are going to look like. It comes down to LeVert and RJ, in my opinion, that could really swing the series. You expect Randall to step up, but we'll see. Brunson, Mitchell, Garland, those are the top guys. But when it comes to complementary pieces, you don't know what you're going to get from LeVert every night. Like, from an efficiency standpoint as well. LeVert could have a game he goes off for 35 points, next game 10 points. It could be amazing from beyond the arc, but then misses some games the next night. RJ can finish very well off the basket. He's been pretty consistent second half of the season, but it comes down to his three-point shooting, the three-level scoring, the unpredictability. So those guys can really swing the series on both ends of the floor, even though LeVert's coming off the bench, because Okoro most likely is going to be getting the start. And Okoro's fascinating because he's really struggled shooting the three ball throughout his career, even looking back at the Auburn days. But second half of the season or last 20 games, he's shot it better from beyond the arc. But how consistent is that going to be playoff time? He's someone that's really good at moving without the basketball, very athletic, but he's a pest defensively. Like, this is a good defensive team, but do the Cavaliers have the consistent three-point shooting? Do they have the offense in the lineup outside of Garland, outside of Mitchell? How's Garland going to play when the pressure's on as well? I'm really looking forward to that. Jared Allen can catch lobs, not great mid-range, like, three-point guy. It comes down to Mobley's aggression, in my opinion. Is he willing to take those fadeaway jumpers? The three-point shot just isn't there yet. I feel like his release is kind of slow. But it's really going to come down to Mobley's offense. It's going to come down to their bench. Ricky Rubio, how much are they going to play? Like, I'm really interested to see what their bench rotation is going to look like. LeVert, they need him coming off the bench. They need that scoring punch. But Cedi Osman, like Dean Wade, like I mentioned, Danny Green, are they going to give him minutes? Robin Lopez, is he going to get minutes? Wow, these games are going to come down to the wire. Brunson has shown that he can hit big time shots. Donovan Mitchell can hit big shots. But who's going to be the complementary pieces? Who's going to help out these guys? Who's going to be the more balanced team of inside-out basketball? We're going to have to rebound the ball. We're going to have to. Randall can't just be standing around. Mitchell Robinson's a great offensive rebounder, but he's going to have to be a beast on the defensive boards. He's going to have to be a freaking fantastic elite rim protector of the series. We've seen the ability to be an elite rim protector, but you're going to have to be looking to block every shot, but be disciplined at the same point. Those lobs aren't going to always be there. He's going to have a good attitude. You can't have bad body language. Like, having those great rim protectors, it's not going to be easy to just throw lobs up to Mitchell Robinson. But quickly, it's obviously going to be huge. 6-man of the year candidate. When he's gotten starts, he scored the ball coming off the bench. Him transforming his game, being a consistent three-level scorer. He can bring it defensively now on a consistent basis. The three-point shot on offense, the mid-range, floater, attacking strong. Want to see him draw fouls. Obviously, the whistle is different playoff time. But I love that we have Josh Hart, a scrapper. It's his first time in the playoffs. He wants to be. He's extremely motivated. How is his three-point shot going to be, though? He shot it over 50% since joining the Knicks, but how will it be playoff time? He could drive strong in the basket. Good passer. Good cutter. Hardenstein. I want to see Hardenstein set guys up. I want to see him rebound the basketball very well. I'm just extremely fascinated by this series. How we're going to defend Mitchell. Garland, great three-point shooter. Like, just great offensive player. But are we going to look to attack him defensively? Are we going to set tons of screens and try to get switches like a Garland on a Brunson? Is it going to be a Coro defending Brunson? Or are they going to throw, like, I'm just so fascinated by this series. I feel like it's going to be so much fun to watch. But obviously, you need Randall to step up. You're not going to win the series if Randall shoots 29% from the field again. You're going to need Randall to step up. You're going to need Brunson. RJ's going to have to be solid, not asking for great. Mitch is going to have to be solid as well. We're going to need bench production. We're going to need the complementary pieces to step up. In order to win the series, you can't have Mitchell, Garland, and all the complementary pieces step up. You could live with it if you win the series. Mitchell goes off. Garland has some solid games, but like the depth, like do the Knicks beat the Cavs when it comes to the depth department? I'm fascinated to see if we give Miles McBride like a few minutes just to be that spark plug, come in defensively, and hound Garland defensively. Obi Toppin, I do think he's going to get some minutes. I do think we need that athleticism, that cutting ability. Defense obviously isn't a strong suit. The game is slowed down more in the playoffs, but we know he's going to look to get out and leak, but it can't be just get out and leak after a missed shot because you're still going to have to rebound against this basketball club. But I do think the bench, the rotation overall, obviously you have the starting lineup, but you're going to have Josh Hart coming off the bench. You're going to have Emmanuel Quickly. You're going to have Obi Toppin. You're going to have Hartenstein. So I do think it's going to be a 9-man rotation. Let me know down below your thoughts on this matchup up against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. Peace out, y'all.